Good morning, good morning, good morning. We have Wednesday, April 7th, 2021. I'm Crypto Sonar Joseph. Welcome to the stream. As the markets are opening up, we have a mixed open this morning. We have the S&P is actually up 3.9. We have the NASDAQ is down 12, or down 13, sorry. And the Dow Jones Industrial Average is actually up 16. So mixed opening, a little bit up, a little bit down, and certainly going to be an interesting, another interesting day for the markets. Overall.
Yeah, this back and forth with CDC is.
All right, let's see here. And let's check this. Hope you all are having a good morning already. And you got your breakfast and everything else you need to get going for the day. There we go. Oops. Alrighty. Why is that? Oh, sorry, that's why. Had a glare on my iPad. Had to get rid of. There we go. All right, let's take a look and see what's going on here. First, let me go up here. Balances. It's up 43. Oops. All right, we got yogurt and blueberries. There we go. All right, let's see what's up, what's down. Okay, Bitcoin pulled back today. So did Ethereum. Both of them pulled back about 1,400 on Bitcoin, down to 56,621, and Ethereum pulled all the way back to 1996, just a tad below 2,000. A lot of red on the board this morning. AMC opening up down. Oops, where are we at here? Down 23 cents, down to 9.98. ARK Invest Exploration and Innovation ETF down 14 cents to 20.96. I already took my profits out of that. I made a couple grand on that one and pulled the money out of it. I'll buy it back eventually, but I just didn't like what was going on with it, so I took some profit yesterday. GameStop is down $1 to 183. Palantir down 31 cents, 22.96. I'll be looking to possibly add some to that. Rocket was up in the pre-market, and now it's down 5 cents. And Tesla is down back below 700 again, down to 683. It closed below 700 yesterday as well. We've got Apple. Apple down 97 cents. Big drop off the cliff there from the pre-market there as things head south. AMD down 81 cents. Boeing up 32 cents, so basically flat on the day. Caterpillar, a nice run here. Check that out. Caterpillar Insider gets stock award. Caterpillar reportedly reviewing airlifting material due to Suez blockage. Oh, that's old. That's old news. So no real news unless there's something we don't know about. But they're up 1.2%. Ford down 7 cents to 12.85. Intel chip makers up a little bit. Intel up 9 cents. Microsoft down 25 cents. Nvidia 549 down 547. Triple Q's down 1.2. And the shorts are flat on the day. SQQ short up 12 cents. Oil, light crude is down to 59.09, so we're still below 60, and that's one for that. Again, the Dow is up 68.5 now, so things turning greener. However, the dollar is up as well, and you have the barely up. The 10 years up 2 cents, 1.667%, and the U.S. 30 years up to 2.339. S&P is up 3.5, trying to hold on to its gains. And NASDAQ Composite is down 39. UK oil, Brent crude down 14 cents. The VIX is down 0.3. Some other movers, Chevron up 51 cents. GM down 46 cents, sorry. Roblox down $2, back down below 70 now. 69.18. US Steel up 19 cents. They've been having a nice run lately. US Oil down 17 cents. Workhorse down 9 cents. ExxonMobil up 35 cents. Doesn't make sense. Why is that down? Oh. All right, we may wow. That is a huge spread. Well, if it wants to give that to us, let's see here. How many do we got? Filled here. Looking at some more options on ExxonMobil. All right, gold down $9.30. Palladium down $47. Platinum down $6, and silver down 16. But platinum still holding above 1,200. Gold still holding above 1,700. Silver wants to hang out below $25. So there's that. Alright, so I'm gonna I did not get filled on my option. I want to pick up some more ExxonMobil options. And I own 20 call options for ExxonMobil expiration May 7th at $60. So just slightly out of the money. The delta today is at 0.262. And I want to pick up some more, but if they're not gonna cooperate with me here. Let's see if we can play with this a little bit here. Get somebody to bite. Excuse me. Good morning, Knight. How you doing today? 769. Still no volume on the spread I want. Let's try this again. Trying to get somebody bite just a little bit below the midpoint of the bid and ask. I don't like paying the full ask on options. I should get it as Exxon pulling back a little bit here. Now it made mine the bid. Trying to add liquidity to the options market. All right, let's see here. Still won't fill. There's still no volume on my option. That's okay. All right, let's look at the other markets here. S&P is pulling up. I'm looking right today because again I've got two monitors set up above my laptop, and the camera is right in the middle, obviously. And now my main screen is over to the right today. And I just, these displays, getting them to work together consistently has been an issue. But that's all right. We'll get it figured out. All right, I'm gonna let that option order just stew there for a little bit and see what happens. All right, so we've got actually, hold on here. 294. All right, I'll bite and change this a little bit. Let's go 75. See if that fills me. Nobody wants to buy. Nobody wants to sell me their call options. What do you want? What did you do? What did you do? What did you do? You went in the trash again. She's got a bad habit. She's going in the trash again. Hold on a second. I gotta clean this up. I don't know why. She doesn't go into the toilet, but she wants to go into the trash. Alright, this isn't going to want to film me here. Now it filled. All right, there we go. So I picked up another 20. So now I've got 40 call options for May 7th at 60. And I've got those at an average cost of 0.9916. And the ask right now is at 0.93. So I'm showing a little bit of a negative, but that's okay. I'm good with that. And I show as the only volume for the entire day on that option. There you go. All right. As Exxon climbs a little bit. Good. And this is based on the oil. And let's see here, any news on the oil side. Global growth bulls keep shares near record high. Oil prices. Dow is up 50. NASDAQ is down 9. S&P is up 5. And let's look at the heat map. And again, a lot of dull gray, things barely moving, either just a little bit up or just a little bit down. Tesla down 1%. Amazon, again, this is right after it opened, so 17 minutes ago. Facebook and Google up a little bit. The banks recovering a little bit today. They were hit a little bit yesterday. Tech, mixed on tech. Qualcomm, Micron up. Nvidia, Intel, AMD, Texas Instruments, Avgo down. Economic calendar today. Jamie Dimon foresees U.S. economic boom stretching into 2023. Okay, investing in crypto. MarketWatch virtual event kicks off today. Interesting. What's that all about? We'll click on that one. We'll click on that one, and then we've got the minutes coming out today. IMS fiscal monitor. Trade deficit comes out. Fed president speaks from Chicago, Dallas, Richmond, and then at 2 o'clock, 11 o'clock our time, we get the FOMC minutes. Again, I will not be streaming this afternoon. I've got more stuff I've got to do around the house all day today. I did see, hold on, let me go get it. All right. Have a house for sale near me. First one I've seen in like 8 months. Interesting thing is they are asking $624,000 for it, and it is lower price or lower square footage than I have. So that tells me that if I take their square footage, which is 2210, I take 624,950 divided by 2210, $282.78 per square foot, which says I should have had $661,000 for my house. Crazy, crazy, crazy. Goofy layout too. But anyway, that was interesting news from yesterday, so we'll see what happens on that. All right, so again, a mixed market today. We have the NASDAQ basically flat, down 7, S&P flat, up 3, and the Dow flat, but up 32. So it's 0.1%. So very very flat market today. Let's go over to all right, so we'll see what goes on with that. Let's take a look at this event is free for MarketWatch and Barron's readers. Please register below. Investing in Crypto, a virtual event, April 7th and 14th at 1 p.m. Eastern, so 10 o'clock Pacific. You can sign up to that If you wanted to, Control C, throw that link in the chat. You want to take a look at that? Close that out. All right, USC. Jamie Dimon. U.S. economy will boom into 2023, but inequality must be addressed. Okay. His latest letter to J.P. Morgan shareholders. Sees economy booming this year and next, even as acknowledges some froth and speculation in markets. Publishes annual letter to shareholders, and as is his wont, he offered a broad overview of the state of the world a year into a global pandemic, homing in on the hardship it has created for many and the widening wealth gap. In the sign of the many issues he sought to address, the letter runs to 66 pages and makes it the longest such missive to shareholders that he has ever produced. Pandemic has taken more American lives than the total loss in World War II, the Korean War, and the Vietnam War combined. Okay, I didn't know that. So in 1 year, we lost more people to this. You have to remember, though, I think there's probably over half that would have died anyway. But, you know, this looks to be a political statement more than anything that's going on. Let's see here. He also weighed in on the threat posed to banks by fintech and the big tech, a large and powerful shadow banking system that is increasingly encroaching on traditional banking. As if they have they want to keep their monopoly. So when he says stupid stuff like this statement, encroaching on traditional banking needs to probably go away. He mentioned Amazon, Apple, Facebook, Google, and now Walmart as emerging competitors that should be more strictly regulated. Okay, this is the same firm that has gotten a lot of trouble before, massive fines, but they're allowed to. They can break the laws as much as they want, and the only thing they're going to get to do is get a slap on the wrist, no jail, a little fine. But when the profits are more than the fine, it doesn't do anything to prevent it from happening again. Most of the letter discussed the need for the U.S. to acknowledge the problems that have led to the widening wealth gap. All right, how about you just worry about your firm and what you're telling people here? Let's see. He's saying that 30 million Americans still have no medical insurance. Okay, how many of those are illegal aliens? And life expectancy has declined in the poorest and minority communities. That's because the Democrats hold them down in the cities, and they want to keep them beholden to the Democrat Party. That's why you have, life expectancy declining in minority communities. They're Democrat. Biden says relief package expands on Obamacare by cutting health insurance costs. That's a side note there. Yeah, this is just all crap. This guy's clueless. Nothing new there. All right, heat map. Okay, let's take a look at gas price. So a little bit greener there. As we, what am I on here? 30-second chart here. Scroll down. So we have the Dow up 29.9. And we have the S&P is up 3.5. And the NASDAQ just about to turn positive, only down 4.6. Looking at gas prices today. I had this up earlier. I don't think it changed. No, yep, 287.2. 392 in California. So most of this has been unchanged over the last week. As we started to approach $4 in some markets. And fear and greed, 64. Same as yesterday. Greed. That's the fear and greed index. It's just interesting to look at. That's all. That's all I'm saying. All right, let's see here. What's that max I'm doing here? And we go to a 3-minute chart here. Let's buy in the open there. Back 30 seconds. Again, I bought some more options. $60 call strike calls for ExxonMobil expiring May 7th at 60. So I need another $4. Come on, baby. I need another $5 actually. I paid about $1. I'm averaging it at 99 cents with a delta of 0.2682 is the delta on this one. So we'll see what happens with those. All right, what else we got going on here today? Data. Yeah, these forward calls. And forward down a little bit. Okay, all three indices are now in the green. We have the Dow up 25. We have the S&P up 3. And NASDAQ was up 1. Oh, now it's down 1. Can't win. Cannot win today. Let's see what it's got on breaking here. U.S. Let's see, where did I just see that? U.S. to restore about 150 million in aid to Palestinians. All right. The trial's still going on in. So the trial going on in Minnesota. We can talk about that for a second. Prosecutors set to recall expert on police use of force at Chauvin trial. We're into the second week on this trial, and they're saying they're expecting it to be about a 4-week trial. So if you look at week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, could go to the jury the last week in April maybe, which means all your riots are going to start that weekend again. I did see some stuff where you know, if he's not convicted of murder and if he's convicted of manslaughter, which is probably the right charge here, sorry, but it is, that they're gonna burn things down again. They being everyone that wants to destroy the country to get their way. I don't think he's going to be convicted of murder. I just don't see it. They added they changed the murder charge because they knew they wouldn't be able to get a conviction on it. They're not going to get a conviction, I don't think, on a murder charge. I don't think people are going to. I could be wrong though. I mean, there's a chance that they will, just based on the fact that they don't want to see their city burnt down again. But if they follow the law, he shouldn't be convicted of murder. He should be convicted of manslaughter. So we'll see. And again, his case is separated from the other 3. The other 3 should probably get off scot-free. But, would the guy have died anyway? I don't know. The biggest thing that they have going for the defense is the fact that one of the witnesses who was with George Floyd that day basically pleaded the fifth because he knew he would have to lie or tell the truth and throw Floyd under the bus as far as how much fentanyl, how much drugs they took that day. You can look for the country to start rioting again. It's not riot season yet though. Riot season pretty much starts in June. So it's a little early for riot season, but we'll probably get some. Once it goes to the jury, they're going to start, putting random pallets of bricks around certain American cities to get ready for that. And Charlie, good morning to you as well. So it could be, it'll be interesting to see what happens once it goes to a jury and what cities they decide to burn, root, and riot. Get loot. All right, let's see what else we got here. Okay. ExxonMobil CEO sees tightening oil supply demand in medium term. Bloomberg. Let's see if I can pick that up directly on the news thing here to pull up. Occidental CEO Holub opposes a carbon tax. Okay. ExxonMobil, Chevron backed the idea. Major U.S. financial trade groups have also called for some type of carbon pricing. Carbon taxes, I really don't care about the environment right now and global warming and all that stuff, whether you believe it or not, because in 100 years, it's not going to matter. In 100 years, you have to think about the Industrial Revolution. When did the combustible engines start? And you say, okay, if we went from no engines and call it 1875, just as a rough date, and that's 146 years. If you think that in 100 years that we won't have either super clean nuclear power, which is very green, nuclear power is green, and all electric cars, and the combustible engine will be gone, you're delusional. So, it's, I just don't see it as a problem. Let's see here. Phillips 66 warns U.S. winter storm pushing first quarter loss past forecast. Yeah, all of them said that. I'm trying to get, let's see here. It doesn't show any story here. Let's see if there's anything else here. No, just, let's see if I can find this story here. ExxonMobil CEO. Nothing there. Exxon, 7 days ago, Exxon expects to restore a retirement match and avoid layoffs. It's good. No real news though. Where did that statement come from? MT Newswire. Oh, First Oil. What is First Oil? First Oil News. Hey, what's this one? Oilprice.com. Oil prices under pressure following a large gasoline build, April 6th. API on Tuesday reported a modest draw in crude oil. All right, nope, that's not what I wanted. Nope. All right, so I don't know where that story came from, but I can't find it. It's one of those pop-up things where they only give you the statement, but they don't give you the link of where it's going to. What's Ford doing today? All right, all three indices are in the green. We have the Dow up 19, The S&P up 3.9, and the Nasdaqity up 8. So good stuff there across the board here. And it's just a mix all over the place of what's up and what's down. You had ExxonMobil, Chevron up. A lot of the oil and natural gas is up, but again, barely. Amazon up almost 1%, 0.73. Tesla down 0.5%. Facebook up 0.5%. Google up 0.3%. Microsoft 0.3%. Apple down 0.16%. Nvidia down. Intel up. AMD down. Texas Instruments down. Micron up. Qualcomm up. Microchip Technology Incorporated up. All the banks, JP Morgan, Bank of America, Citigroup up pennies, Wells Fargo up pennies, Visa, MasterCard, PayPal all up, American Express up, Capital One up, Discover up, get the rest, Synchrony. Oh, here's something interesting. If you buy electronics, and I'll tell you what I've been doing over the last couple of years here. I've been buying all my electronics that I can. If I've got a major purchase, like a camera or something, right? Or even computers. You can buy from B&H Photo. And if you buy from B&H Photo, you can apply for their Paybu card. And if you use this Paybu credit card, it's only for B&H, so it's not a Visa or MasterCard. So it's only for B&H. Every time you buy, if you pay with the Paybu card, you don't pay any tax. So again, if you find something on sale there, and let's say you buy something for $2,500, I save $250 in Washington State by using that. And then as soon as it hits the card, anyway, this Paybu card is issued by Synchrony, and I've never paid a single payment on it. I've never paid any interest on it. The only thing I've ever done is just pay it off. As soon as it hits the card, I'll go in a couple days later and pay it off 100%. Anyway, so anything you pay only on B&H with the Paybu card, they pay your tax every single time. The expectation is that you won't pay it off and you'll pay their interest. But, this is one of the ways you can save some money on any electronics purchases. So if you have decent credit, right? So you get the Paybu card, and then when you buy something, then you go into your cart and you choose Pay with Paybu. It takes you offline to approve it, and then boom, and then you're good to go, and you don't have to pay any tax on it. And shipping is usually free on virtually everything that they have anyway. So it's not the B&H financing credit card. That is not the one. It's got to be the Paybu that you get. So you can use that as an advantage to you as far as that goes. What's their deal zone here today? Oops. There we go. And deal zone, what do they have on sale today? Remote switches for camera, a lot of camera stuff. They're known as photo and video, so monitors, but they also sell computers and graphic cards. You won't find any graphic cards in stock right now, but memory, cases, you name it, they have everything. And they're out of New York. So being out of New York, like a lot of the New York electronics ones, pretty much from sundown Friday night until Saturday, you can't buy anything. They close their stores on Fridays and Jewish holidays. I should correct that to say that. But again, save the tax. Get a Paybu card. Doesn't hurt taxes. Pay with Paybu. That's your discount on it. It goes on a Paybu card, and then once it hits your Paybu, either your statement or if you log in online like I do and you say, oh, it finally hit, then you just pay it off with your debit card, and then you're done with it. You're done with the purchase. So little hack there to save the tax on any electronics, photo gear, streaming gear, anything you can think of from that end. You can do over there on B&H Photo, and I've actually used them for. You're welcome, Charlie. It is good info. I've actually bought from them for years and years and years, but I didn't get the Paybu card until I want to say about 2 years ago. Yeah, I've had it for a couple of years now. So good stuff there. All right, ExxonMobil. Just a little up and down, up and down, up and down for them. All right, so we have the everything in the green now. But again, the S&P 500 map, is a mix, mostly green though. It's basically a flat day. Again, we'll get the FOMC minutes will be this afternoon, 11 o'clock Pacific, 2 o'clock Eastern time. Again, I will not be on for that. We're going to end the stream in about an hour, right a little bit after 8 o'clock here. We'll see if something comes up. We'll stay till 8:30, but I really got to get going on some of this other stuff for my house. Let's see. Trade deficit, did that come out yet? I'm sure that grew. Trade deficit jumps 4.8% to a record 7.1 billion as Americans snap up imports. So there you go. What's that U.S. debt clock? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's this one. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So you as a taxpayer owe the government $224,000. You as a citizen only own $85,000. Interesting. National debt, $28 trillion. $28 trillion. And what are we bringing in revenue? $3.4 trillion. So if our debt is 28 trillion and we're only bringing in 3 trillion, yeah. We're spending 8 trillion. We're only bringing in 3 trillion. So what do you think is going to happen? How is that going to change? They're going to increase your taxes. It's as simple as that. They're going to increase your taxes. 1 second. Because this can't be sustained. We've been, we talked about M1 supply and everything else, and you can look at this and 3,000 live stats in your pocket. No, can you imagine the negative connotation with this app? Having to stare at these red numbers all day long? No, thank you. All right, we're going to close that off. All right, so anyway, the trade deficit jumped 4.8% to 71 billion. And you think that would cause the market to go down, but it doesn't. So as the February number to a record 71 billion is rapidly recovering economy enabled Americans to buy more imported goods. While higher deficits can point to a less productive economy, you think? That's not the case right now. I disagree. The U.S. has recovered from the coronavirus pandemic faster than most other countries. That part is true. And Washington provided massive financial stimulus, allowing Americans to spend more than citizens in Europe and elsewhere. But at what cost? Imports slipped. Level of imports is now 5% above a year ago. Exports fell 2.6%. Still haven't returned to pre-crisis levels. Exports totaled 208 billion in February of last year, 187 billion this year. In February, the U.S. exported fewer planes, computer chips, autos, and food. And remember, Boeing is the largest company. They're our biggest exporter. Trade deficit in goods with China rose 3.1 billion. Though the trade spat with China has faded from the front pages, this is true. The Biden administration has kept stiff U.S. tariffs on Chinese goods in place and does not appear ready to relax them anytime soon. A large trade deficit subtracts from GDP. So again, if the government is saying GDP is going to be 6.5%, the IMF thinks that our GDP is going to be 4.5%, and yet we have a growing deficit which subtracts right off of the GDP. So even with that, economists predict the U.S. will grow 6% or more in 2021. I don't see how that can happen. Let's see. Faster U.S. growth. Yeah, we have that. Dow's up 1.9, NASDAQ up 11, S&P up 3.5. White House rules out requiring federal vaccine passport. Okay. AstraZeneca vaccine linked to rare blood clots. Yeah, I wouldn't go near that thing. Rep. Matt Gaetz sought blanket pardon from Trump. Report. So what? He didn't get one. All right. Clues from the Fed. U.S. stocks open slightly higher as investors watch for clues on outlook from Fed. Yeah, he's going to do the same thing. It's a rosy picture. We're not worried about inflation. Even if inflation does happen, we're going to sit back and take a look at it and watch it. And we don't see interest rates, inflation going up, blah 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 blah. It's going to be the same crap. So market will probably turn around and go up again after after they release the minutes. And the clues you can get from the other presidents that are talking today, there's like 15 of them talking today. Chicago, Dallas, and Richmond all are speaking or have already spoken. What's driving the market? Optimism about the outlook for the business climate. Haven't seen this kind of value really since 2016, says Diane Jaffe, Senior Portfolio Manager at TCW. Investors will await an account of the Fed's two-day meeting on March 16th and 17th. What? The wrong dates in here. This isn't last month's story, is it? Am I reading the wrong one here? No, it's today. Huh. All right, let's see here. A rise in bond yields has abated somewhat, with the 10-year Treasury note at 1.66, at around 1.65 Wednesday morning from 1.72% on Friday. That's true. Jamie Dimon, who cares? I hate that guy. He's an idiot. Let's see here. He was big negative on crypto. Which companies are in focus? Target, XPO, Lumira DX. That's just paid shills there. Our other assets virtually unchanged as traders awaited the Fed minutes. Where's this going to take us? U.S. Treasury yields hold ground before Fed minutes. Let's see. 2-year note, nothing. Look at that, 0.51. 30-year note, 2.328. Some Wall Street banks say rate hike bets are overdone, so buy bonds. Kaplan has said he expected the first Fed interest rate increase to take place in 2022, in contrast with the more dovish expectations of the rest of the Federal Open Market Committee, the central bank's rate-setting group. Economic data, deficit climbed, we knew that already. Mortgage application, here we go. Mortgage applications fell for a 5th straight week, and the week ended April 2nd, down 5.1%. This is basically as lenders tighten up who they're going to actually give a loan to, and as prices increase and interest rates go up. Those have risen steadily this year. The viewpoint that all the good news has been priced in has a broad following, but it is probably closer to the truth that prices have stagnated because of subdued trading volumes. And that's where we'll look at some volumes on some of these stocks here in a minute. Barron's, why the latest big oil deal is making Wall Street nervous? I also want to get into let's see here. Guess what happens on April 14th? Coinbase does their direct listing. So on April 14th, next Wednesday, Coinbase hits the markets. Hate that. You go to anything Yahoo, you click over here on accident to scroll, and it'll take you to their homepage. All right, Coinbase. Their symbol is going to be coin. Again, you can't find them on here yet. If you type in coin as Coin Hodl Inc. And Coin Citadel, this is not Coinbase. So be careful. Although, you know, yeah, nothing's going to show up there. I was going to say, if there was another, you know, what a lot of people do is if they finger fudge something, like for example, see, find stocks, Coin Citadel, CCTL. I don't think I can even buy that. Let's see here. CCTL. Again. No options. Let's go to stocks. Hold on a second. Yeah, it's on the pink sheets. Yeah, don't play around with that one. Anyway, once it hits, but Coinbase, they go public next Wednesday, the 14th, and they posted. Now, all of last year, I think I read last night, they had. I gotta find the K1 too. But anyway, they posted 1.8 billion in revenue for the first quarter. Crazy. You got like a 40% margin, and it's based on transaction fees. So 1.8 billion in revenue, adjusted EBITDA, earnings before income taxes depreciation, 1.1 billion net income of 800 million. So they brought in 1.8 billion in revenue. Their net income was 800 million. 335 billion in trading volume, 56 million users. That's up from like 32 million last year. Monthly transacting users, 6.1 million. They're the first major crypto exchange to go public. This is basically the Netscape moment of crypto. Interestingly enough, Mark Andreessen is on Coinbase's board. There's no guarantee Coinbase will be a hit with public investors. Yeah, it will. I suspect it will be schizophrenic, says an industry source, comparing it to how Tesla polarizes investors. True. And since its revenue is so heavily dictated by the cryptocurrency markets, it'll have to make investors comfortable with potential swings in its own financials. So, all right, so this is, here we go. IMF projects 6% global GDP growth. So maybe that's how we came up with our 6.5% GDP. All right, so I'm going to drag this down. I'm going to look. I want to try and find, let's see here. And I'm going to go to their website. And all right, let's see here. Support. I don't think they have an investor relations. Investors, here we go. They do. Reddit, they did an AMA last month. Latest events, Coinbase first quarter 2021 earnings call. Investor news. All right, let's see here. Press releases. No. What I want to see. You're showing that stuff, but where is... All right, let's try... And I'm going to see if they hit up here. So I'm on the SEC website. Can't find it there either. Let's see here. I'll find it. Give me a second. Bingo. This thing's not going to cooperate for me today. There we go. There's an eye chart for you. Let's see here. There was some interesting stuff in here. It's long though. Here we go. All right. This is their consolidated statement. So this is we're looking at Coinbase, and what we're looking at is revenue. So revenue in 2019, this is in thousands, so 482 billion, 1.141 billion or billion in revenue. Let's see here. Hold on a second. Oops. Yeah, 1.1 trillion. Holy cow. These guys are huge. Net income, 108 billion. Crazy. Cash, they're swimming in cash. So they went from, at the end of 2019, 32 million users to 43 million at the end of 2020. At the end of the first quarter, they have 56 million users. And they get most of their money from transaction fees. So they've got some expenses, but most of their money comes from transaction fees. Sales and marketing, I did read that their sales and marketing is going to go up. It was about 4%, 4 to 5%, and they're going to take that up to like 12 to 15%. So they're going to make a huge push in their marketing this year. So you're going to see a lot of their ads everywhere to gain more users. Worldwide, 56 million users. We have 330 million people in this country alone, but worldwide they have 56 million users. And that's as of the end of the first quarter, where these are 2020 numbers. They talk about risk factors. There's another chart in here. Let me see if I can find it. Page down. Long-term success, expand our sales to customers outside the United States. So that's what they're trying to, where they're trying to get their growth. This thing's gonna blow up. It trades privately right now on NASDAQ at I think right around $343 a share, something like that. You could have some people dumping it. But they can already sell it right now. So if this thing doubles, and let's say it comes out at 420 and then runs up to 600, there's some people saying that they could end up with about 900 million shares or so, and they could decide to do a reverse split, do a 10-to-1 reverse split, get the price back down. Let's say it's at $1,000 a share, get the price back down to $100 a share, and make it perceptually easier for people to buy the stock. At least that's some of the possibilities that are out there. Here's some charts. Bitcoin price. They put little peaks and troughs. So resistance and support. We're looking at cycles, log scales. Crypto market capitalization, totally different charts there. There's some interesting ones in here. Again, this is what they were doing. Send and receive, invest, pay. Now they're doing spending, saving, borrow and lending, crypto assets, staking, and building. They support 45 different cryptocurrencies. However, you can store up to 90 assets on there. They directly integrate with over 15 blockchain protocols, support over 90 crypto assets for trading or custody, and offer a suite of subscription products and services that enhance the customer value proposition. So each one of these little icons here is another cryptocurrency, folks, just like Bitcoin or Ethereum. So here's verified users. Again, this is the end of the fourth quarter. So now they're at 56 million users at the end of the first quarter of this year. So you're somewhere up here. Look at the asset growth on the platform. At the end of the fourth quarter, $90 billion. While the crypto market capitalization, this is showing at the end of the year, 782 billion, right? Watch this. Look where we're at now. So this document says the end of 2020 we are $1.9 trillion in market cap. It's a double. Sure, crypto market capitalization, they held about 11%. This isn't. There's one down here. Let me find it. So Bitcoin has held steady, about 70% of all the assets on there. Ethereum has increased 4% from 9 to 13% at the end of 2020. Other cryptocurrencies, and then fiat, which is another fancy word for cash. But look at this chart. This one is just crazy. And here's why this is important. As you're looking at this, and let me move one thing here. Hold on a second. as you're looking at this, what you're seeing is, look at the retail trading volume, which is in the light colored blue, okay? And then the institutional trading volume. Not even counting this first quarter. But retail trading in the fourth quarter of 2020 was $32 billion. Up from 18 the quarter before. So you have 18, 28, 29, 39, 40, 41 million of retail in the first 3 quarters of last year, 32 million in the last quarter. 27, 37, 44, 54, 8, 60, 62 million or 62 billion in institutional trading in the first 3 quarters of last year. The last quarter, 57 billion in institutional. So those, when they start talking about institutional funds and institutionals moving into cryptocurrency, proof is in the pudding, right? So this is only the fourth quarter. This does not show the first quarter. And the first quarter, they absolutely blew it out of the water. They blew it out of the water. So there's some interesting, some very interesting stuff in here. The growth in 2020 was mainly due to DeFi, which is decentralized finance. And this is all the apps, of which a ton of them run on the Ethereum blockchain. And you're talking about SushiSwap, Uniswap, you know, all the big ones, Polkadot, whatever they are. So supported assets has grown 44% in other coins, other cryptocurrencies, and a lot of these are DeFi ones. And I don't think that they mentioned any specifics in here when I was reading this last night. You know, you got the big ones: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. No longer a fan. I made some money off Litecoin back in the day. All right, so let's see here. What else we have here? Okay, this is their subscription stuff. So Store, we derive custodial fee revenue based on a percentage of the daily value of customer crypto assets that we hold under custody. So they'll custody assets and charge people for that. Staking, we derive staking revenue from transaction validation on proof of stake blockchain when one of our nodes successfully creates or validates a block. So basically they're staking as well. They're not just, so they're taking your assets and they're repledging them and staking. Much like stock brokerage firms take your stock and lend it out. Same idea. Distributions, and then builds, license revenue. Let's see what else here. So again, this is going to come out on, it's just crazy the amount of money they make. Unbelievable. It is a cash machine. Quarter by quarter results further down. You know, what are we on, page 109? You know, again, if you like to read these things, go out and find them. This is the S1 for Coinbase. And this thing is going to blow up. I could really see people selling some of their profitable tech stocks. And now Dow is still up 37, NASDAQ up 23, S&P up 7. I could see people selling some of their tech stocks that they have profits in to pull money out to buy Coinbase next Wednesday, the 14th. And we'll be here when it goes live. Institutions. Our institutional customers include hedge funds, principal trading firms, small to large financial institutions, family offices, more recently corporations who seek to allocate a portion of their investment portfolio. Again, when Elon Musk and Tesla decided to invest 1.8 billion in Bitcoin, they did it through Coinbase. Okay. Talking about DeFi with Compound. DeFi has emerged as one of the most important crypto use cases, creating transparent, efficient, autonomous financial markets. Coinbase recognized this early and has been a critical partner for us across many dimensions as we built and launched Compound. There you go. So they allow institutions and retail users to stake. And, you know, this is a good, this S1, even though it is very long, is a good way for you to learn a lot about crypto and how an exchange does things. They definitely have KYC, so they have know your customer. You got to send them your license and all kinds of other stuff like that. But again, you know, the IRS says this is Bitcoin and Ethereum are property, and so they're taxed like property. They're not taxed as securities. And there's still some battles. I read that Ripple didn't win the case, but they won the right for the SEC to release all internal memos regarding Bitcoin and Ethereum to make the case, because they're saying Ripple is a security where Bitcoin and Ethereum is not. Now, if you think that there isn't some memo out there in the SEC that says, yeah, Ripple's the same as Bitcoin or Ethereum, that case, I think they're going to win that case just based on that stuff. Board of Directors compensation. I don't even want to know. Hundreds of millions, I'm sure. Compensation committee. Stock awards. Options. Executive compensation. Last year, made $1 million, Brian did, in salary. However, look at this. 56,670,000 shares of option awards. Okay. Instant billionaire. Instant billionaire. All right, here we go. So they're right in this range here. And that just has to do with his compensation is tied to the stock price. Getting down to the bottom here. And I think we're just in the index now. You know, again, and here's the thing: people talk about, well, when it hits the market, you know, people that have had this thing for a long time are just going to sell. No, they're not. They're not going to sell because they can sell right now because they've been trading privately on the NASDAQ. So if they need to sell, if it doubles, they may take some profit. But the amount of retail interest that's going to have in this, and every ETF out there that's technology or financial is going to want to own Coinbase in their portfolio based on the growth, because we're still at the beginning of cryptocurrency in terms of mass acceptance, and as that mass acceptance continues, you know, companies like Coinbase, where if they get their users now, let's say Charles Schwab or Fidelity says, yeah, you can buy and hold and trade crypto on our platforms now. Yeah, but I've been with Coinbase for 8 years. Why would I change? Well, you know, we're going to charge a fee, and it's going to be this and this. Well, Coinbase does the same thing. Why would I change? Yeah, but you can do it, and we can group all your accounts together. Yeah, but I'm used to my accounts being separate, and I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. You know, if Charles Schwab turned on cryptocurrency trading tomorrow, and even if and when they decide they will only do it with the big ones, Bitcoin and Ethereum, maybe Litecoin, maybe Dogecoin, right? People aren't going to move, and it's still such a small You know, there's 56 million users of Coinbase, but that's worldwide. I don't know. Maybe somewhere in here it says how many users in the United States does Coinbase have? Let's see. How many U.S. users on Coinbase? Let's see if Google can tell us. Oh, through 2018. Sorry, that's stupid. Here's the about. 56 million users now. So this is updated. $335 billion in quarterly volume traded. $223 billion in assets on the platform. 1,700 employees are in 100 plus countries. So they're not going to break out how many U.S. users there are. You know, that's probably a good question to ask, but you know, it's got 56 million users worldwide. So I don't think the wiki. The only complaint that I see on Coinbase is people, if they try and call them because they have a problem, they're difficult to get a hold of. All right, so not much there. You know, maybe we can figure that out at some point. I'm sure Brian Armstrong will be on all the networks next week as they go public. And again, it's a direct listing. It's not an IPO. So if you type in Coinbase direct listing, sure. Trade on NASDAQ under symbol coin. Company ranked number 10 on 2018 disruptor list. Okay, that's 2018. Companies that also went public through direct listings all did it on the New York Stock Exchange. Roblox, Spotify, Slack, and Palantir. Coinbase is the very first major direct listing on NASDAQ. Okay, let me say that again. Coinbase will be the NASDAQ's first major direct listing. That's big news, because if you think about Roblox, Spotify, Slack, and Palantir, and the runs they had on the New York Stock Exchange, the company has said it plans to register nearly 115 million shares of the stock, which will trade under symbol coin. In a direct listing, the issuing company foregoes selling new stock and instead allows existing stakeholders to sell their shares to new investors. So how many are going to want to sell? That's the question. If they currently hold it, they could sell right now because it's already trading privately. If it moons big time, they're going to take some profits off and those shares will be available. So the more that they sell, the more that the price will stabilize. The less people that sell actually could cause it to blow up to the upside. They've been at this a long time. They know what they're doing. It's a good company. Here we go. Last month, an updated filing. I hate CNBC. Revealed that Coinbase had reached an implied $68 billion private market valuation based on an average share price of $343.58. While private market value is less indicative of a company's share worth, the NASDAQ will use that information to set a reference price ahead of Coinbase's direct listing. We could start a pool. I think that a poll. Goldman Sachs to offer Bitcoin investments to wealthy clients. The wealthy clients already know where they can get Bitcoin. It's called Coinbase. Why would they want to go through Goldman? Coinbase estimates, again, this came out yesterday, 1.8 billion in monthly revenue. or in quarter for the first quarter, sorry. Net income climbed between 730 and 800 million from 32 million a year earlier. So they are absolutely doing this direct listing at the absolute perfect time. The perfect time. 64-year-old retiree who left the U.S. for Mexico. 7 downsides of living in a beach town for $1,200 a month. All right, I'm gonna read that one too. Look at this. Look at this revenue. So all the SEC had was all this information, and then Q1 acceptance. This is going to be huge. It is going to be the largest let's see here. Everybody has a price that they're willing to sell at as well. Speaking of which, we have the Dow up 51, NASDAQ up 8, S&P up 7.5. So pretty flat day, but in the green. Real quick, check the heat map. Things getting a little brighter. Okay. All right, let's look at this Mexico thing. What are the downsides to living in Mexico for $1,200 a month? Started during a vacation. I felt a deep happiness I couldn't ignore. Moved to Mazatlan. The weather can get really hot and humid. Unbelievably high noise levels. Yep, dogs. Speaking of roofs, in many towns, watchdogs are kept there and they bark all the time at nothing or at everything. Expect some disappointments when shopping. You're not going to find everything that you want. They have Costco's down there, though. Like what? Candy tops the list of what expats bring from home, followed by anything from Trader Joe's, good Parmesan and cheddar cheese, and inexpensive laptops, TVs, and other small appliances and electronics. Strangely, cotton clothing is also hard to come by. Figuring out the norms. Trash pickup. In one example, in most Mexican towns, garbage is simply piled on certain street corners in whatever plastic bags or boxes one has handy. No one oversees the process, and it's often a sticky, stinky mess. Why don't they use garbage cans? Don't ask. Mail is also notoriously unreliable, and utility and other companies hire their own couriers to deliver monthly bills. Property taxes often must be paid in person at a bank or city office. The language thing. Well, of course. After 15 years, she's 70% fluent. There we go. Learn a language. Trash, littering, and other environmental issues. Well, that's a lot of countries. Like there's no tomorrow. I can't tell how many times I've sat on my surfboard watching empty potato chip bags and styrofoam plates swirl by. My weekends include a couple hours cleaning up my favorite beach. Welcome to Mexico. 3 times a week, the trash piles up on Janet Street. There's no recycling to speak of. The garbage men take everything to the city dump where people scavenge for recyclables to sell. No vehicle emission requirements, and a pinkish gray haze of pollution often sits on the horizon. Just one overloaded recycling center. Very few restaurants or food vendors use biodegradable containers. City water can be shut off at any time for days on end with no warning. Yeah, you need it. You have a reverse osmosis drinking water system down there, or buy your water. You will get lonely. Yes, you want to move here and you're happy you did, but you still miss family and friends left behind. They may come visit and you'll visit them, but it's not the same. Zoom and video calls only go so far. Take advantage of expat Facebook groups. There you go. Definitely deal breakers, not for me. So she likes living there. There you go. You can move to Mexico. Not me. No thanks. All right. So again, Bitcoin is down 1,200 points, 56,753. Ethereum is up to 1998. Was just above 2,000 a little while ago. About a half hour ago. Some other ones, AMC down 20 cents at $10 on the button. GameStop down $5 to 179.18. Palantir down 20 cents, 23.08. Rocket up 9 cents. Tesla down to 686, down $5. Apple up 70 cents. AMD up 31 cents. So definitely a mixed day. Charles says, actually, I've lived in Mazatlan. There you go. I've actually never been there. Boeing is down $1.75. Caterpillar is up 1.42. Ford down 15 cents. Intel up 44 cents. What are you doing, Liberty? Microsoft up 267. Nvidia up 187. Let's look at the indices. Again, we have oil down 49 cents a barrel. Dow Jones Industrial Average up 41. NASDAQ up 9.5. And the S&P up 6.8. One more check of Exxon Mobil. Flat, 22 cents. Flat meaning since it opened. Had to run up at the open, got up to 56.72, and has been range bound ever since, which is okay. I'll take that. Gold down, palladium down, platinum down, silver up 2 cents, 25.15. They were down to 24.85, yeah. So they've been on a little bit of a little mini going up here, but that's skosh, a little bit. And there's our S&P. All right, so the Fed minutes come out at 11 o'clock. I don't expect any real news on that because we did have the Fed talking in March, so the minutes aren't going to be anything spectacular to write home about. Let's check the heat map. And there we go. All right, so the VIX is at 17.4 heading down. The S&P is heading up. NASDAQ heading up. Dow Jones Industrial Average heading up. So everything is up today. So that makes for a good day in the market. All right, cool. All right, folks. About 2 minutes left here, and then we're going to sign off for the day. Again, no afternoon stream today. I've got a whole bunch of other stuff I got to get working on around here. So I won't be able to stream this afternoon for the close. But definitely check out the FOMC meeting minutes when those come out. Again, those come out at 11 o'clock Pacific or 2 o'clock right here. 2 o'clock Eastern. That comes out. Let's see here. They removed anything else over here. Latest coronavirus. What the heck? Why did they have Biden's first 100 days up there? Did they have that for the last president? All right. So everything a little bit up, a little bit down, a little bit mixed. Dow up 36, NASDAQ up 9, S&P up 6 points. So that makes for a pretty good start to the day. We'll see what happens at another 3 hours when the minutes are released. So again, Coinbase, dig into it. Start doing your own research on it. Look at their S1 filing. Just Google it. You can find it out there on the internet, and take a look at it. Actually, I can post it. Or yeah, Control C. There you go. Get it off of Edgar. But that's in there as well. Coinbase Global. There we go. They are going direct listing public Wednesday, April 14th. And we'll see if and how much I buy on that and in which accounts. What I'm worried is that it'll open, and if I want to own it in multiple accounts, I'll have to do that, and I'll have to pay a different price in one and a different price in the other, and blah, 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 all that other stuff. So we'll see what it comes up, and I doubt we'll be able to see it on NASDAQ. Once we see it next Monday or so, we'll be able to type in coin, like so. And let's pretend that this is it. This is not it, by the way. But what you can do is you can set an alert in TradingView. And what you do is you just go over here like this. And then you add an alert. And then what you do is you choose when it crosses 0. So when it crosses 0, then you'll get an alert of or greater than 0, either one. You'll get an alert when it starts trading, and it'll tell you ding 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 ding, and then you can have your stuff ready to go on your broker site, ready to place an order, possibly, or wait and see what the volume does and then make a decision on that. But 115 million shares will be available for trading. So if it does 115 divided by which it will. So if it does 57.5 million shares of trading within the first half hour, it's going to go. So some people wait for that because they know there's an initial push. There's a slight pullback before it goes up again. So they'll let it push. They'll let it push, come back down a little bit. They'll try and buy right here, and it'll go like this. Problem with this one is it could do this. So Coinbase, symbol COIN, next Wednesday, April 14th, 2021. That is going to do it for today. I will see you all tomorrow morning. I hope you got something interesting out of the stream today. Look for the minutes in another 3 hours and see what those are up to. But thanks for tuning in. We'll see you all tomorrow morning. I'm Crypto Sonar, and also known as Joseph, and we will see you tomorrow. Have a great day, everyone. Bye now.